Good morning. We had some type of technical difficulties. I wanted to actually work on this card right here. So slightly different than what we normally do, but we were going to cut out some things. Um, I'm working on Marlin Treasure Hunter for someone, and quite frankly, I have not had the time. So I'm looking at this right here. Actually, I see that I want this piece right here to actually be in front of that. So we're going to work on that. This will be interesting. So what I do is, so this is the piece I want. I'm going to be honest, this isn't going to be the most exciting stream, but it might be one of the more interesting ones if you're into this. You'll also figure out that this is takes forever. I'm going to change my blade. That blade is starting to feel a little dull. Okay. But yeah, this takes forever. I'll try to get this lined up with what I'm doing. Um, so this is my blade right here. I just want this little piece right here. See how this is kind of sticking up right here? That's what I'm looking for. And so now, this is the part a lot of people don't like, is I need to actually have some lines here. I was trying to be cheeky and cheat a little bit, but this is honestly the best way is to go like this. I am going to put the framing in front of it, so I don't need the frame to be exact, but I do need it to be, um, holding together. I'm actually going to be cheeky here. Go over this piece right here. That'll add a lot to the frame when we get to it. So like here's our statue. I'm going to try to get around the torso. Same with the head. This is the unglamorous part that people don't show you. Some people, so I used to do it where I would go back all the way to the black, and I don't know that I love that. Well, actually, I didn't go back to the black. I would just like kind of do a line and go up and over. I have thought about going all the way back to the black. The main issue is you never know the coverage. Like, look at this black is all the way here. This one is here, and it's definitely off. And so when the coverage is off, it makes it seem a little more awkward. Whereas at least with this, I can line it up. Um, I can line it up without it looking too awkward. Like I said, the unsexy part of doing this. So the other thing too is these ropes, super cool. So I'm actually going to leave those for the front, for the main layer on there. We're going to cut in here. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time. I had some weird technical difficulties where I couldn't get the camera to work. But I think it was my own fault. I believe it was user error. So I'm trying to get it to a point where like you can kind of see it a little bit better. Um, but yeah, I haven't really had time to do this very much. So I was like, you know what? We're going to. I don't really feel like doing some game design today. So I thought we could sit down, cut some stuff. So I'm starting a new series called Off Meta Monday. Hopefully it will take off its first stage. So yeah, so that'll be nice to do. This week's episode on Commonly Animated Podcast, I'm actually not really sure what we're going to talk about. So let me lean this more towards me so you can hear me. But we're going to talk about something, I don't know. Oh, you know what? You know what we don't have? We don't have music. Sorry, you're going to see my arm for a second as I try to find some music. I do wonder. So there's this band that this group, Yellow Cherry, that I absolutely love. I wonder if I'll get DMCA'd for using them because their videos are always so relaxing. Here we go. Let's do this one. Oh, we're not getting it. Let me get this in here. Why aren't we getting the audio? Google Chrome. Okay. There we go. Oh no, that might be too loud. I think that is. Give me a second. Properties. There you go. I don't know if we're going to get DMCA'd for this. I also don't know if this is going to sound good. Nobody really watches this anyway, so this is all just me testing it because I can. Alright, so now this is the part we've gotten back around to where we want to be. I did just cut through this. Okay, so this is where we want to be. Sometimes I can blast through layers, but this is one of those times where you can't because of one specific piece. Okay. Alright. You can't see what I'm doing. Go up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna paint the edges anyways. Okay, so the reason why I did that is because I want this little piece as part of the arrow. I want it in front. So as you can see there, now it's in front. Okay. So now what we're looking at is... I think I want this spool here. Okay, this is where things get a little bit weird. Alright, I want this spool here. I'm going to need her hand, I think, a part of that. That's okay, because her hand on there is a part of that. Same with this right here. I think I'm going to want the hand... Do I want further than the hand? May want to go all the way to her elbow, because we could go here and then connect the elbow back here. No, I think I want to do it on the hand right here, because then what I'll do is I'll do her body. In her body I will have the arm and it will come here and it's going to connect at the hand, and down here it'll connect at the hand. this arm, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna do it maybe a layer back, I'm not sure, and I'll connect it at the hand. So I do think I want the connection at the hand. I think that's gonna make the most sense. Yeah, I think that's gonna make the most sense. This is all just sort of experimenting. Like when I'm doing this, I have an idea of what I want, but I don't know what I want entirely. So what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm actually looking at this, wondering if I even want to connect this to the edges. So this is where things get a little bit tricky because I build from the front back. I think a lot of people probably build from the back going front. And so I can connect a lot of these pieces together. And so in doing so, I can actually like connect it to the side and the over there. And so really what I'm looking at is, okay, so if I do that, that'll be the wheel. Then I do her body with her head. I think I'm going to do the hat separate and just kind of put it on her head. I'll probably, honestly, so I think I'm going to do this with that, and then I'll probably just cut out her whole body, including her hat, and I'll probably put up pieces of the hat, like this right here with that, like this piece right here on the hat with it. And then I'll do the hair behind, well, I guess I'll have to cut the hair out all in one layer. And then I'm going to do this cloak, all these cloak pieces on another layer. And then I'm going to do these ballasts here on another layer. And then I think the back, maybe I'll see if I can do these right here. And so that way I can do this and the back will be blue. So I'm thinking she'll be one layer. Because I was going to say her, I don't want to like accentuate the breasts, but it's definitely forward more like her corset. And so, you know, one thing I'm struggling with right here is, do I do the corset as its own layer and then her body? Because I think it's forward enough. Actually, you know what I could do? I could do the corset here, have this, cut the corset over here, have this here, so that way this has that clean line there to go. And then that would actually allow this arm to come down here, and the corset here, I actually wouldn't do that arm. I'd actually have this arm in the lower layer, and I'd bend it. It would bend up a layer, so it looks like it's actually her doing it. I think that's what we need to do, is we do the corset as its own. But first we're going to start with the spin wheel on there. That's my thought anyways. Start with the spin wheel with the hands, because we can utilize the hands as sort of that clear cutoff that we're trying to make those layers. Then we'll do the corset, then we'll do her body here, and then we'll do including her head. Honestly, I'll probably just do the body here with the hat, and then I'll do hair for the back layer. Well, she's got some hair, so I'll do little strands of hair on this one, and then I'll do the back layer with the hair. And honestly, the cloak, I think the cloak and the hair can go in the same layer, is what we're looking at. Okay, so let's start with the wheel. Yeah, because the cloak, the other thing with the cloak that we can do is we can do it so it's a couple different layers. I don't know. I'm seeing like 3 layers here. And sometimes when you go too crazy and you're not relying on the art as much, it actually looks off. But because we're doing the corset and then her body, it might look off if we don't do 2 or 3 layers on the cloak. So I think if we do the corset, then her body, I think we can actually make it look, we can get away with a couple more layers because we're adding in that extra depth. And as long as we add in that extra depth, all of a sudden it makes it feel more real. Okay, so let's start by doing this. hand is actually kind of tricky here. I'm gonna have to do some cleanup on it. That's okay. What is this? I think that's our cloak. Alright, we are going to need to do, because I need to connect this, so I'm actually going to connect this down here. I'm going to keep this piece here. Just because of the way that we're designing the card, a lot of times we have to do some connection points. When I'm working in a space like this, sometimes I'll actually just kind of cut it out and work from there, just because it helps me see what's going on. Let's say I feel like I can't see the lens or the light. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Now I can see a little bit better. Okay, so here's where we're going to make some decisions. So this hand here is going to be our connection point. This is when I feel like I need some glasses. I like something extra because I'm looking at this and everything just, it starts to feel blurry. Especially when you start working I'm gonna go in a couple minutes. It's okay. I was hoping to get, have a full hour for this, but I'll take a half an hour to get through some of that technical difficulties. Mainly realize that I'm an idiot and in it, but okay. Okay, there we go. A lot of times, so like this rope right here, I'm probably gonna actually do some needling in between it or around it, something like that, just to give it some texture. I'll probably practice on the texture. So what I find is when I'm working on textures, I find taking one of these, like one that isn't cut, and testing out textures and stuff on it, I find to be better, because then I get like the idea of the texture and everything I want in it without obviously damaging what I'm cutting. So then it becomes okay, cool, like this is the texture I want, this is what I'm doing, like this is how I want to do it, etc. And it's going to become very important, the texturing, because we're going to do some different techniques. But in order to do the techniques to give it like the nice rounded shapes that we're going to want and things like that, is we do need to texture it first, because once we do that, we've lost the ability to texture. So we're going to texture it first. Okay, this is actually what I thought was going to be a problem. Alright, so we come down here. And then I want to go across here, and I can't just go across. I'm actually going to go like this. probably end up having to fix some of that. And that's okay. I'm gonna be honest, I should be working on I have a Meat Axe I need to finish up, and I've been filming for it, and I got a new phone, so none of it transferred over, which is actually okay because I cleared out space so I can do some more filming on it. I was running out of space. But I need to work on that and film the last piece. All I need is the frame. The problem is I need an outline of it. I do an outline pieces of it too, and I hate doing outline. It just looks so good though, but it takes so many times to do. I can't tell you how many layers I've redone because of the outline. Like redone the outline of it. Like by outline I mean like literally I just take this black border and I put it on it so it looks like a picture frame. And quite frankly, when I do it, I'm like, I feel like I need to do maybe 2 of them to give it like a better depth look, but they are so freaking annoying to make. This one will be a little bit better. The problem is so I can go straight line here, then I have this curve here that I have to get correct, and then I come here, and if it's slightly off of the layer before it too, then it looks bad. So there's all these things that go in with it. Like I said, I probably should do 2 and it would give it a better like frame-like look, but I also just hate making them. It just looks that much better though. It gives it a nice frame. I think, yeah, I wish there was like a cheap like press thing, you know how they have it for like cutting cards or whatever. Yeah, it would be nice. But I know most of you probably see this and go, oh my god, that looks so boring. It's actually really, really relaxing. One of the things though that I try to tell people when they're doing it is it's super relaxing, and don't rush the process, okay? The end result is always good. I think the end result is really what kind of keeps you going of like, I want to do that more. But if you can't enjoy the relaxing piece of literally just cutting and kind of going, I don't want to say numb to the world, but just kind of getting into your own zen space while you cut, well, that's what's fun. That's what makes it relaxing. And if it becomes, the reason why I haven't been able to get to these, it's been so, I like to do it at night. I tend to do it at night, and my kids have been going to bed so late, and I do this as a relaxation process. Sorry, I know you can't see, I'm having to hold this tight. I do it as a relaxation process, and so if I can't sit down and do this and relax, then it doesn't become worth it to me. So once again, I'm going to actually this is going to be my through line here. Okay, I see. There's actually a piece of wood here that goes up to this, so that's going to be my through line actually, where I'm going to go here. I already have the middle part, so I'm actually going to do this where I'm going to cut here. This is my through line. There's a piece of wood right here. Same with this. might have actually ruined it. I could have probably, looking at it, I could have actually just... No, because there's a deep black hole behind that. Okay. I was going to say, I could have just left it, and I probably actually could have. A lot of times it's not good enough for me, though, because I'm like, oh, there's deep blacks there. I wanted to go back an extra layer. Let me just look at what this looks like. Yeah, okay, that'll look good. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, anyways, I'm going to continue working on this. I need to actually jump to a meeting. But everybody, have a wonderful day. And I will see you on Thursday on the Common Language Podcast.